Hey guys, what's up? Um, I wanted to do the sermon for today as well. Um, it's gonna be about this thing about kindness. So basically, kindness. The Bible says a lot about what is kind and what is not kind, and uh, women are, it says that, in the same way for the women, or like in the same way, the same thing with the women, like the women are supposed to be told something similar. So kindness is for both women, old women, and young um and old men. So what is kindness, right? The Bible says what kindness is. Okay. Uh, let's just try to put it into a category. Okay, into two categories. Okay, acceptance and help. Okay, acceptance and help. Okay. Now, what does the Bible tell you about this? Okay, you're not supposed to accept that people are overstepping your boundaries. This is something you find in Colossians and in Second Corinthians and in the Gospel of Mark and with the story about the five virgins that were wise and the five virgins that wasn't wise. And you probably get an example of this in Job as well. You're not supposed to let people overstep your boundaries. So you're not supposed to accept that, really. But then Jesus talks about this thing about, he talks a little bit about how you're supposed to let people not only take things from you, but give them more. But there comes a limit. In Romans 12, you read about how you're supposed to keep the peace for as long as it is possible. Sometimes it's not possible to keep the peace. Then you read further on, like you read a lot of this stuff in the Bible, okay? Then let's go to help, okay? Let's go to help. In the Bible, in Matthew, I think it is Matthew chapter 23, you're going to read about how Jesus is going to divide the goats from the sheep. And the goats are going to be so sure that they did everything right. They're going to be so sure that they helped everyone, they treated everyone so good, and they did so many good things to other people. But Jesus says they didn't do a thing good for him or for other people, okay? Because if you're going to do something good for Jesus, then you treat other people good, okay? You treat other people good. But the sheeps, they don't even know what they did right, okay? They don't even know what good things they did for anyone, okay? But Jesus is gonna tell them what good things they did, okay? Now, Basically, what does this mean? Okay, one side has so much sureness that they did everything right. They don't check themselves. They're not realistic. Or they're being, they have like, the love is kind of like directed towards themselves. The love is directed towards themselves. Now, if you're being fought by everyone and you have to like, and it's like, if you don't fight, you're gonna die. That's another thing, okay? Those people are not gonna have a lot of confidence anyways. But some people, and these people that are so good at telling everyone that they did everything right, these people are always going to win they're always going to, be able to charm everyone and like have a lot of friends and, be in good company and, they're gonna brag a lot about themselves, and they're gonna be in so good company, and they're gonna live so well, and that's it, okay? But the people who doesn't know how they're doing, okay? The people that doesn't know that they've done something right, these are bully victims. These are people who are being fought and that they're being fought and they're not able to defend themselves completely, okay? They're not able to defend themselves, okay? Because the pressure is too much, okay? Because the pressure is too much. Now let's go to the letter of Philemon. In the letter of Philemon, you read about this, okay? In the last part of Philemon is about some person that probably is he's very selfish, and he wants this guy, Paul, to give him money for something, because he thinks that Paul owes him something. Now, in that letter, you're going to read this, okay? I'm going to pay you back everything I owe you. That's Paul talking to this guy. But I have to remind you that you owe me, Paul, not me, but Paul, even yourself. Okay? Now, also in Romans chapter 1 or 2, you're going to read this. You who teach others, do you teach yourself? Okay? An end to hypocrisy, an end to selfishness, an end to self-centeredness, an end to narcissism, an end to probably also oppression and psychopathy. Okay? Bye.